Come on. Come on.
I had a good conversation with Ahmed Fareed, by the way.
Awesome. I'll be looking forward to listening.
Yeah. No, he remembered me. Which is nice.
He remembered you.
No, he remembered us. He asked about you.
He said, "Is Danny still there?"
No, I just
flamed out yet.
No, he just was like, I was like, yeah, do you remember me? He said, yeah, of course. It was you and Danny and Justin. And I was like, yeah, that's me.
Awfully nice. All right, here we go.
And then I let him know we had a third microphone now.
That's great. Here we go.
Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation Commission, license number TC83. Service may adversely affect the individual's credit. Non-payment of debts may lead to additional finance charges or collections activity, including legal action. Actual interest rates, length of program, and monthly payment reductions will vary by consumer and creditor. Yours could be higher or lower. Not a loan company. We do not lend money.
Charger fans, do you like cake? Fox Sports Eugene and Nothing Bundt Cakes is giving you a chance to get free cake. Matt Moneysmith here, and it is 3 TDs and your cake is free. Anytime the Chargers score 3 touchdowns in a game, and that can be passing or rushing, the Eugene Nothing Bundt Cakes location at Valley River is going to let you buy 1 Buntlet cake and get 1 free if Justin Herbert scores 3 touchdowns by himself. Again, passing or rushing, Nothing Bundt Cakes will give out free Buntlet cakes, 1 per household to fans on the next business day after the game. If the Chargers or Justin score 3 TDs, you must say 3 TDs and my cake is free in order to qualify. 3 TDs and your cake is free. Thanks to your friends at Nothing Bundt Cakes in Eugene on Valley River Way and Fox Sports Eugene.
In Oregon, we're taking a stand against hate crimes.
A stand for inclusion.
For acceptance.
Civility.
Unity.
With a new law, we're taking a stand against bias.
Against bigotry.
Prejudice.
Homophobia.
Other
Cubs are
phobia.
winning
Against
12-0.
violence and intimidation.
Of any kind.
So we can make a
12-1.
real difference.
It's a stand for our future.
So no one has to be the victim of a hate crime.
Because we're all Oregonians.
And taking a stand
Is what we do. Learn more at standagainsthate.oregon.gov.
A message from the Oregon Department.
KORE, Springfield, Eugene. The biggest names in sports are right here. And that includes me, Doug Gottlieb, on Fox Sports Eugene.
Ready for liftoff. Live from Laurelwood Golf Course in Eugene. The best guests.
Kelly Gray, Mike Parker, Josh Payne, Melissa Lombardi, Travis Summers, the mayor of Rip City.
Smart, informative talk.
I think Dan Lanning sitting in his office going, you know what, fine, give us the toughest road to win the national championship. That's what it should be.
Teams that have the ability to take a punch in the mouth and move forward. And I think this Beavers team, they've shown that they can do that.
And a few detours.
Sean Penn doesn't look great right now.
A lot of breaking news.
I had to throw the Sean Penn thing in there because it just shocked me.
The long wait is over. The fastest 60 minutes in sports is on the air. It's Danny Hamill.
We literally could talk for 3 hours and we would not be able to catch our breath.
Justin Grossweiler.
You stole my line.
Golf, green grass, and a foamy beverage.
All you got to do is just tap it in.
Danny and Justin starts now, live from Laurelwood Golf on Fox Sports Eugene and Newport.
Aloha hoa noho. Welcome high atop the first tee in the 9th green at the Laurel course and the Laurelwood Pub. This is the Danny and Justin radio program live for a Friday, and what a big weekend we've got coming up. Oregon State plays tonight against Houston. The Planet Houston has arrived. Justin and I have a little cool story about that as Justin picked me up from the airport. We've got Oregon, Penn State, whiteout game, 4:30 here on the left coast, 7:30 prime time. All the tune-in's going to be there. What about that Alabama-Georgia game? Nah, it's all eyes on Beaver Stadium as Oregon takes on Penn State. We've got a packed show for you. We've got big bets. We've got the voice of Penn State football, Steve Jones, on the program. We've got tickets to give away to the Beavs and the Cougars tonight. I am Danny Havel, back in the saddle for at least one day. And I don't know who this guy is. I think he's my tag team partner. We call him Baby J, Justin Grossenreiner. What up, boy?
I hope you know. I picked you up from the airport, as you alluded to earlier. And
you also dropped me off at the airport. Me and my wife.
I did. And
well,
I see that you wrote down your intro here. That was a good. Is that Hawaiian, I'm assuming?
That is hello neighbors
I'm sure.
in
Yeah,
Hawaii.
that's what I assumed.
I
It was
had to
good.
make sure I had it right because I've been speaking Hawaiian for the last week. So I've been on the island of Kauai. If you're looking at us on the YouTube channel, thanks for liking, subscribing us there. I'm sporting my Kauai gear today. It was beautiful on the islands. The last day that we were there, which was yesterday, it rained literally all day long, which was the only day. It always rains on the islands, at least for a little bit. If you've ever been to Hawaii, you understand it rains a little bit every day. On Kauai, they get about 300 inches of rain a year, and most of it starts like right now through like March and April. Wintertime is the wet season there, but certain sides of the island as well. The east side of the island gets a lot wetter than the west side of the island. That's leeward and sunward, whatever you want to call it there. But it was a beautiful time. Thanks for allowing me to get a little time off. I'm going to take more time off this time for work next week. So Goose is going to be back.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to Goose. He'll be here for Big Bets a little
Big
bit later
shout out
on.
to Goose. It's been fun in the last week.
And I know Woody stepped in. I listened to that on the podcast. And by the way, if you missed the show live, you can always podcast us on wherever you pod, which means if you're like on YouTube, as you're watching us right now, if you're on Podverse, if you're on Spotify or iHeart or Odyssey or any of those, we are there for you. Just like, subscribe, and you get an automatic upload of the program after we're done with it today. A lot going on, man. I mean, there was.
Yeah.
And by the way, you
missed a good week.
Well, I'm glad that it was a busy week, so you weren't searching for content.
No, there was not a lot we had to search for.
But dude, I just have to say, and thanks to you as well. You carry a big load when I'm gone because we kind of share the load when I'm here, and everybody else has got their own jobs. Woody's trying to run 2 radio stations. Mims has got his
his day job,
his job, his day job, and so a lot of it gets pushed back on you. And so, well done, young man.
Thank you. No,
Well done.
I had fun, and it was made easy for me. A lot of good guests this week that were able to contribute. We had Carrie Eggers, we had Audrey Snyder, and Yogi Roth yesterday. Today we're getting Steve Jones, which is great. Ryan Harland on Monday. I don't think I'm missing anybody, but it was just a really good week for so much to talk about. I mean, even the Beavers, big game for them tonight. We're looking forward to that. Even high school football, huge matchup this weekend with Willamette and Sheldon. So much to talk about.
So speaking of the Beavers, let's do something for the fans right now. And I know it's kind of late notice. And Nick, if you want to slide in here, if you've got stuff you want to talk about, Nick Sams, one of the proprietors here at Laurelwood, can join us here on the program as he'll sit in chair number 3, is we've got a pair of tickets to give away. If you want to hop in for the Beaver Cougar game tonight up at Reser Stadium. Now it's a 7:30 kick. It's on ESPN. It's the night game tonight on ESPN. So we've got a pair of tickets, so we can send them to you digitally. You don't have to pick them up. So what I want to do right now is send you over to the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline at 541-343-5673, 541-343-5673. Caller number 5 right now. Caller number 5. This might be an upset special for Oregon State. They are struggling. They're 0-4. They've got to try and right the ship. They're at home. Short week. That Houston's got to travel 3/4 across the country. They're going to be in a hostile environment. Friday night lights. So it's all set up. It is all set up for Trent Bray's team to do something special tonight. I'm not going to call the shot yet, but I think this could be one of those trap games for Houston. Willie Fritz has got his team playing pretty well there in the Big 12, and they're trying to push their brand into the Big 12 and trying to make a statement down in their state of Texas. And Houston been no more for a basketball school rather than a football school, and Willie Fritz trying to change that narrative down there deep in the heart of Texas. So caller number 5 right now. Woody's back in the studio. He'll get your name and number, and he'll tell you how to get the tickets. Caller number 5, a pair of tickets to the Beavers and the Cougars tonight, courtesy of Fox Sports Eugene and Newport. And by the way, we're out here at Laurelwood, and we have to give big thanks to several sponsors, but mostly Bigfoot Beverages, who is a chief sponsor of the program here, rotating tap of beverages. And that's a great segue into the man to my left, as that's great radio on YouTube. It's Nick Sams joining us. Hey, buddy, missed you. How you been?
Hey, good to see you, boys.
Good to see you as
Here
well.
you are.
Welcome back.
So tell me what the rotating taps are. I mean, can you got them cited by
we got
memory?
10 on tap at any given moment. Right now, what I brought down for you guys is the Cold Fire Fresh Hop.
Ooh, I love that.
As well as the Fort George Fresh Hop. So it's fresh hop season. So we got about 3-4 of those on draft. And those are rotating all the time with our brilliant bar manager, Ross, overseeing the tap rotation and making sure you've got
the stick.
dark and IPAs.
That's his nickname, by the way, now is going to be the stick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good call bringing him with you. Huh?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, I had a quick question before
Sure.
you get going on it. So if you're going from Houston, or you're coming from like Corvallis, you're going to Houston, right?
Yeah.
You're going in from little town into a huge city.
No, but it's the reverse. Houston's
yeah, so
up
does
here.
it have the same kind of like when they're coming out of a huge city and going into like a little farm? Not a called farm town. I love Corvallis, and I'm from a smaller town than Corvallis. But driving or coming in from Houston and going into Corvallis, there's some culture shock kind of getting comfortable scenarios.
You
there
know
for them
what
too?
was interesting is that, Justin, don't you believe that we saw?
I think we did.
When Justin picked me up, when I landed this morning from Kauai, okay, just to give some reference. He's taking me home. As we're leaving Malhan Suite, there's a police escort and like 4 big buses pulling in to Malhan Suite. So we think they're picking up the Houston football team, which would be really weird that they would do it. You know, that they would fly in the day of a game rather than the day before. That's the only thing that tricked in my mind. But I don't know why else you would have 4 big buses with a police escort unless it's a football team. Who else would be?
They play tonight, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. We'll have to find. We'll have to do some investigation.
Well,
I mean,
if there's
kids,
so if there's anybody out there that knows, because Houston would have stayed here in Eugene last night if they came on Thursday, because they normally stay at some places like the Graduate or Valley River Inn.
There's always the Valley River Inn
right? Because they need conference rooms and such. So if anybody's got any insight, you want to text us or call us at 541-343-5673.
Well, it could be a good leg up for the Beavs as they're flying in town a few hours before the game.
It definitely is odd. It makes me more skeptical that we saw them.
Well, but the
just
buses,
thinking about it a little bit more.
were empty heading to the
No,
airport.
I know it does make sense, but I don't know if that's a great strategy, having your team fly in on a. I mean, that's got to be a decent flight from Houston.
Well, it's a charter, so it's those,
you think
believe
they're
me,
relaxed?
Well, okay, so I'm just going to tell you.
The rest of us haven't been on them.
Right, exactly. I have traveled with Kansas State all over the Big 12, and the teams normally go in at least a day before, if not 2 days, depending on how many time zones they're jumping. So, but I wouldn't put it past. I mean, listen, if Willie Fritz just wanted to, keep the distractions at a minimum and just say, guys, we're going to do a walkthrough in the morning at our own facility. We're going to hop on a plane. We're going to jump a couple of time zones, and we're going to go right to the field. I mean, about 11:30 in the morning, it's only, a 45-minute drive from the airport up to Corvallis. That would be plenty of time for them. I just
7:30 kick. Yeah,
I would really be interested to see if that was the case.
So they fly into every place like that then? Because what are the
I wouldn't think so.
overall distractions you're dealing with in Corvallis?
No, exactly.
Like that would be the least distracting place.
Because again, you're staying in Eugene.
Yeah.
You don't stay in Corvallis. I mean, every single football team that comes in to play Oregon State, they stay in Eugene. So that's been what I've understood over the years.
Houston, a 45-minute trip is just like getting from one side of town to the other.
Actually, it's from downtown to the Woodlands is basically the way it would be in Houston.
I've not spent a lot of time in Houston, so I wouldn't know.
I haven't either.
So tomorrow, big doings up here at the pub because we've got the Oregon Club watch party for Penn State.
Yep. We got it all set up. I can't wait. We've got the smoked ribs special coming from Chef Aaron. We've got a couple different varieties on sauces on there. The Oregon Club we got 50-50 raffles. We've got all the other fun things. We've got some pretty funny MCs that hang out. Danny and Jeff are a pretty entertaining group. So it's not Danny and Justin, but Danny and Jeff will fill in just as well.
A D&J?
Yep. As long as we keep it consistent.
I mean, Jeff, we're almost like brothers from another mother, the way we talk to each other. I mean, it's just the riff, but that's my buddy. That's my boy, the General, Jeff Oliver. We'll be out here with the
20
Oregon
fingers
Club.
between the two of them, but they got them in 1,000 different things.
We certainly do. And by the way, if you're an Oregon Club member, you get 10% off your bill here at the Laurelwood, and
All the
that's
time.
anytime. But bring your card. You got to show your card. That's one thing. You just not say you're an Oregon Club member. We give you a card
Yeah, I
to
got
make
mine,
sure.
yeah.
And I got mine too. Justin,
For
we
the
can get you
YouTube.
a card.
Let's see
Yeah,
how
so you get yours out. There it is.
that
There's
out
the
there.
Oregon
There
Club
you go.
card right
Get
there.
yourself
Yeah,
one of those.
That's
$50
right.
gets you 10% off at the pub all the time, plus access to all those other cool things everybody does.
All right, what else do we want to highlight, bud?
Just the fun of the season, man. We're having some great weather here, even though it's pushing October.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it's like last year, we're going to have another great golfing October. The Ryder Cup's happening right now. Will is at the Ryder Cup.
And we were going to
working.
try and get him on, but they're right in the afternoon matches were going a little bit longer. The morning matches were like, they were like 5-4, 5-3. Europe was up 3-1. It was a little bit more even. When I was listening to it right before we got on the air, I think U.S. was leading in 1. It was tied in 1. Europe was still ahead in 2, but it was closing up. And Will is on the 16th green watering bunkers and making sure everything looks good.
Working nonstop. What an intense day. We were texting about it last night. He's up at 2:30 in the morning on a bus by 3 a.m. 40-minute drive over there. They're working till 10. Quick 15-minute break. Back at it till 3 every day, getting ready for this.
Wow.
And then I think right now he's doing the same thing, getting up at 2 in the morning, getting it all ready. Make a little break. They go out and try to fix everything. The expectations for what that course looks like for those guys to keep up is pretty amazing, and the efficiency they all work with, it's got to be something to see.
Well, so we appreciate you. And we're going to be doing this throughout the fall and the winter. We're going to pick one day. And I think, obviously, if there's a big Oregon away game or a home game, we'll, you and I need to probably commiserate on that and figure out the day instead of me just throwing out a date and saying, hey, Nick, we're going to be there. But we might be
It's always
also
nice to have you.
Well, thank you. We also might be moving the studio a little bit as we move into the fall and into the winter. We might have some changes of the studio look out here at the golf course. So we always appreciate you, bud. I mean, and your staff is impeccable. I always say it's a Cheers-like atmosphere up there. Everybody knows your name. It's very friendly. Ross and Taryn and the cast of characters with the mayor. I can go on and on and on.
It's a home away from home for a lot of us.
Yeah,
where else would you rather be?
Right, and the leader of the flock right there is Nick Sams.
Love
Nick,
you, boys.
thanks,
Good to
buddy.
Appreciate you.
All right, thanks, bud. Take care. And there he goes. Nick Sams joining us here on the Danny and Justin radio program. Do I have the right microphone up so you talk? No, see, I had the wrong microphone up.
There we go. Here I am.
Okay.
Justin's here.
All right, so I think the tickets are still out there. I'm not sure. I haven't heard.
Yes.
Okay, so I still have a pair of tickets. So these are going fast. Guys, I'm just going to tell you, it's caller number 5 right now at 541-343-5673. I know there's some Beaver believers still out there. You want to go to the game. These are great seats. We're going to give them to you for free. They are digital. You don't have to come by and pick them up. They'll get right onto your phone. You get up there. You enjoy Valley River Stadium, Valley Stadium Complex. And I'm just telling you, this really feels like it's prime for an upset in the making.
Well, they have to. I mean, that's really quite honestly, to put it lightly, like the point that they've put themselves into is that they have to win this game. And it's a tough task, though, Danny. This is a team in Houston that is only giving up 14.5 points per game. That's 15th in the country. They're averaging 35 points a game. That's 25th in the country. And they just have a lot of explosive playmakers on the outside, a quarterback that's really solid. That I think one of the bigger problems for this Beaver team has been allowing quarterback to get outside. We saw that in that Civil War game where Dante Moore got outside on that 2-minute drill, and they were able to get another touchdown at the end of the half. So that's something that against Connor Wegman, the Houston quarterback, they're going to have to avoid.
Well, what I've seen in them as well is Malik Murphy has not been consistent.
No,
and I mean
he was 5 of 18 last game.
He'll have a couple of drives where he's managing it well, but then he'll just implode and make a bad throw, and then it doesn't seem like. And again, I'm just trying to read body language. I'm big on the body language thing rather than the emotional side of it. Is just it doesn't seem like he has taken a hold of this team yet, and are pulling them in the right direction, and that's. Trent Bray
and that's important.
Trent Bray needs a leader on the field, leaders on the field. And I think you got one in Trent Walker, but he's a receiver. I mean, the guy who's touching the ball every single play on offense is your quarterback, your center and your quarterback. The center's not going to be the leader on the field, unfortunately, but the quarterback can be.
Well, and we saw this yesterday with Thursday Night Football with Kyler Murray, and there was a really long time in that Thursday Night Football game where the Seahawks just totally controlled that game, and it just looked like Kyler needed to sort of be a leader and step up and do some things for the team. And during the second half and during the fourth quarter, they kind of turned things around. And I think that's kind of the same thing with the Beavers and with Malik Murphy. Like, they need a couple plays where it's just like, hey, Malik, yeah, like, we get it. Like, the offensive line isn't doing very well. Figure it out, get it to the receiver, and let them make a play, And I think there just needs to be a little bit of fire. I think that there's been a little bit of not that against Oregon, I felt like there wasn't. They showed up to play against Oregon. I think that was a total just talent disparity. But I just think for this Beavers team, they need to find that spark. And if you can find a way to beat a Houston team that, again, I think is really, really good and actually can do a lot of things in the Big 12, then it'd be a big win for them.
Well, we'll find out here in short order, because it's the only game that we're going to be watching tonight. On the college level, there's lots of high school stuff. You've got your Friday Night Live with Brian Beban tonight. You're continuing your mascot challenge.
Yes, that's
people
right.
Can go on Twitter and
right
vote.
Now.
Right,
go
right
to
now.
the Twitter page on Fox Sports Eugene, and it is the pinned tweet. So it is a big matchup between the Cobras, who are number 5, and the Steelhead, who are number 13 seed. So a big matchup there. Some interesting differences there between the Steelhead and the Cobras. I think one of those is very clearly more unique to the place. But no, it's a fun segment we do on Friday Night Live. So I would love if everybody could go vote on who you think is a better mascot.
And, of course, game day tomorrow. You'll be focusing on Oregon because Oregon State plays tonight.
Yep.
And, of course, that's 2 hours before kickoff.
Yep, 2:30.
So you'll be on the air at 2:30 again with Brian Beeman. All right, let's step aside. Let's pay some bills. And then when we come back, we will have the golden voice of Steve Jones. He is the voice of Penn State Athletics, and he's been doing it for over 40 years. He joins us next right here on the Danny and Justin radio program, live from Laurelwood. Back in a moment on Fox Sports Eugene and Newport.
Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Justin. We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
I'm Scoot Henderson, and this is your home for Trailblazers basketball. 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Dan Patrick, and you can catch me weekday mornings.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
Hi, this is Justin Herbert. Catch every Chargers game on 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
What are you looking for in a realtor? Whether you're buying or selling, you want someone smart, someone who knows the local market and a track record of making their clients very happy. Hi, I'm Susan Heisey, broker owner of Bailey & Heisey Real Estate, an independent brokerage in South Eugene. I've been helping clients make smart real estate decisions for over 20 years. I work with only a handful of clients at a time, giving them a high level of attention and guidance. Call or text when you're ready to discuss your goals.
Fox Sports Newport.
I'm Danny. And I'm Justin. We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
Hi, I'm Jerry Allen. Listen to the Ducks on 92.7 FM Fox Sports Newport.
Man, this Medicare stuff is confusing.
That's why I've got the playbook. Let me answer all your questions and get the coverage that's right for you.
Don't make Medicare choices on your own.
Go to turning65withscott.com today.
There's no max out of pocket with original Medicare?
I'm Scott Sims. I've spent years learning the ins and outs of Medicare insurance.
Get the coverage that's right for you.
Don't make Medicare choices on your own.
Go to turning65withscott.com today.
Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Danny. And I'm Justin. We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
I'm Scoot Henderson, and this is your home for Trailblazers basketball. 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
or save up to $5,750. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com.
Eugene, locally owned for over 30 years. Find them at MidValleyTractor.com.
Attention, please. Attention, please.
You heard the expression, don't feed the bears? With these guys, keep them focused on local sports. Don't let them talk Cubs or Packers. You're listening to Danny and Justin on Fox Sports Eugene.
Big bets coming up in the last segment. Goose will be here. We had a horrible week on big bets last week. The brain trust that is Danny, Justin, and Goose. The best we mustered was 2 and 3, but I don't think the fans did much better. The best they did was 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So
everybody's best was 2 and 3.
We'll do big bets in the last segment as we head on over to the Oregon Man Clinics hotline at 541-343-5673 and welcome in a good friend of the program as the college football world is turning its attention to University Park, Pennsylvania this weekend. Number 6 Oregon takes on number 3 Penn State in a rematch of last year's Big Ten championship game. He was there. He was calling it. He's been doing it for 42 years. And we welcome him back to the program. Mr. Jones, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic.
Excited.
Wish we could be there with you, but, it's a trek, man. I'm telling you, it's kind of like coming to Eugene, Oregon, going to University Park, Pennsylvania.
Well, I'll find out in February when I'm there for basketball. So, I'm really looking forward to it. I really want to take some time, go around the campus. I want to really take in the entire Eugene experience when I'm there because I'm going to be there for a couple days.
So this series, Penn State leads the series 3-2, and you weren't a part of the first part of that. You almost were. The first 3 games were played in the 60s. 1960, 63, 60. Now, Steve, I'm doing you a credit by saying you weren't there, but you almost were. But you remember that game in Pasadena when
Sure.
Oregon beat Penn State 38-20, and then lost to Penn State 38-20, and then the game last year, obviously that had much ballyhoo. I want to ask you this though. This kind of rolls in. I'm going to take you to a left turn. For fans that we've been hearing about whiteout, for the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So what are fans going to experience, especially the Oregon fans, when they come to Beaver Stadium and experience whiteout from a fan's perspective? What do you think they're going to notice?
Well, I know that Autzen has a great reputation for being very loud because of the way the stadium's built with the overhang and so forth. But, that's 60,000 fans. It's going to be 111. And the Penn State fans will all be clad in white. Something tells me the Oregon fans won't be.
Although the team will be.
Right, they will be. And it's going to be sustained noise all night long. I mean, what the fans want to do is they want to influence the game. What influencing the game is, can you get a team to move? Can you get them to jump? Can you get them off kilter?
Yeah.
Michigan came in here a few years ago, and Michigan came out to run the first play of the game after a touchback and had to call a timeout. Well, the crowd went insane. Now, last year, it was not a whiteout, but it was a noise game because Ohio State was here. And you know what? You want to talk what the tip-off to me was that Ohio State was a championship-level team.
Okay.
They went that entire game and never once moved. They never once. Didn't even get close. Right? So the noise is a big influence. The crowd gets into it. It's an emotional thing. And look, with all due respect to some of the people that Penn State's been playing, Washington and Minnesota and some people like that played in recent whiteouts because of the way the Fox schedule works. The Ohio State-Michigan game used to be the one that was every year was going to be the one that would be the whiteout. Well, Penn State hasn't had a whiteout like this with somebody of Oregon's caliber since Auburn came in here with Bo Nix. So I think that's one of the reasons everybody's really looking forward to it because it's not just the whiteout, but it's the caliber of opponent.
Where did whiteout come from, Steve? Where did it originate from?
Well, let's start with in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The Winnipeg Jets, believe it or not, and when they transferred to the Arizona Coyotes, they were able to put something on it where, I don't know if it's a patent or whatever it is, but all the playoff games at Winnipeg starting in 1987 were whiteouts. And when they went to Arizona, they put it on there. So Penn State's allowed to use whiteout once a year under an agreement with the Arizona Coyotes, who are now the Utah Mammoths. And it started in 2004. Look, Penn State 2004 is not a good football team. I mean, they're not playing well. And they're trying to get to the stands, so they start and they decided to do a full stadium whiteout for Notre Dame. And Guido D'Elia was the guy behind all of this, and he was really legitimately concerned all week about whether they could get everybody to wear white for the game. He says, look, we've done we can get the student section to do it, but I don't know about the whole stadium.
Yeah.
We'll see. So they were going around the week of the game with signs, wear white, and then we did a pep rally in Rec Hall across campus, and I emceed it, and they had me wear a white tuxedo. And so when Joe Paterno came up to speak, he looked at me and he says, what do you think? And I took the jacket of the white tuxedo and I put it on him. Right? And so we had a little bit of fun with it. And everybody did wear white. Penn State won the game complete easy. So I apologize for the long answer. So
no, that's fine. Great background.
And Steve, it's been an interesting season so far for the Lions team. Coming in the season as high as they ever had since 1980. And if you just look at the final scores, 40-11 against Nevada, Villanova, looked really good, but if you were watching those games, it wasn't so pretty during some of them. Has this kind of been the promising start that was expected, or have there, despite the final scores, been some bumps along the road so far?
I think that to this point, they haven't been as consistent as James Franklin would like them to be. Certainly not as consistent as the fans think they should be.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. So far, they think this 3-0 start is just like, I got to give them credit. It's like the team's practicing, they're fine. Jack Ham and I are like, we're fine.
Yeah.
Fans are a wreck. And so it's just, I think part of it's caliber opponent. Part of it is being vanilla. There's a lot of things. Let's try a couple things. I'm sure Oregon's been pretty vanilla so far. I'm sure Oregon has tried a couple things just to see what works and what doesn't work. So I think both teams are really on the same pathway.
Does this feel like one of those games where, and I think this is kind of the sense around here, that we're really going to see what this Penn State team is all about?
Well, and Oregon,
play.
too.
And Oregon, obviously. But for this Penn State team, are we going to really see what they're all about now that they're playing an opponent that's on their caliber?
I mean, you've had 4.5 weeks of training camp and 3 games plus a bye week.
Yeah.
I mean, now's the time to show what you have and and maybe what you don't have. And I think that's what it's all about. Oregon's gone through 4 games. And, I realize they have the one road game in the conference under their belts, but 12,023 is not 111,000. So, I mean, that's going to be something that will be important. How does Drew Allard play in this kind of atmosphere against that caliber of opponent? How does Dante Moore play in that atmosphere and that kind of opponent? There's going to be a lot that goes into this, and I think when the night is done, Dan Lanning and James Franklin will have more answers as to what they can and can't do, and we'll see which one ends up with more questions.
So Steve Jones, by the way, on the phone with us on the Oregon Man Clinics hotline, graduated from Penn State in 1980, calls games. Do you still call games for the State College Spikes? And are you still doing that?
I do. Yeah,
I
love doing baseball.
So a little fun facts. I like throwing out the fun
Baseball's
facts.
fun.
Yeah, and he also hosts his own radio.
Fun.
Yeah, he hosts his own daily radio show with former Penn State and Pittsburgh Steeler great Jack Ham on WKOK. You can listen to him, and you can hear him on the stream. So you can listen to him out here as well. It's very entertaining as I tune in once in a while. I sneak in and listen to you once in a while, Steve. So
you're the one.
Well, that's what I always say. All my relatives are listening, +1. So I want to ask a couple of questions. I'm going to have a couple of follow-ups here. So how different is Penn State from the Big Ten championship game to now, because you brought back the running back tandem. Drew Aller's got another year of experience under his belt. He came back. I think there's a lot of proof. Of course, Tyler Warren's a subtraction, that big tight end. You got a couple of guys on the defensive side of the football that you lost. Is this team stronger than they were in that Big Ten championship game against Oregon?
Well, Abdul Carter's a big loss, but I think they've been able to fill that with Zariah Fisher and Chaz Coleman and Jalen Harvey opposite tonight, Dennis Sutton. I think the big difference between Penn State today and compared to December 7th in Indianapolis are the three wide receivers. The three wide receivers that they brought in, Penn State's rather judicious with their use of the transfer portal, but they brought in Kyron Hudson from USC, Devontae Ross from Troy, and Trevor Pena from Syracuse. And they bring three different skill sets to the table because when they played Notre Dame in the national semifinal in the Orange Bowl, Penn State did not have a single catch from a wide receiver. The tight end, Warren did his thing, Dinkins did his thing, the running backs caught passes, but no catches by the wide receiver. So that is the difference in this team compared to that game a year ago. Because when you look at last year's game at Lucas Oil Stadium, Dylan Gabriel had a terrific night throwing the football.
Yeah.
And not only that, I thought both Stewart and Tez Johnson had a phenomenal game. And, and Sadiq was
his coming out party.
That was it. But I think now he's he's one of the top 5 tight ends in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that that's the biggest difference between this team and last year's team is I think they have more answers now at wide receiver. Now with Jim Knowles on defense, that's the other difference.
Yeah.
Jim Knowles calling defense. Penn State's been a primary man cover team for years. All right. Now, they have had some excellent primary man cover guys. But sometimes you get into a game where, they have outstanding man cover receivers. Well, see, Jim mixes up defenses more, and so I think they have more answers now. When somebody's doing something, they can come up with a different answer because they're playing certain elements a bit differently than last year.
And I can't help but feel like, and this is probably pretty obvious, but this game is going to be decided in the trenches. Both teams really talented on the offensive, defensive lines. Just talk to us about the offensive line for Penn State, because some real talent on this defensive line for Oregon.
Yeah.
Mateo Uiagalelei, obviously a guy that's going to be very highly drafted when he goes out. But is this offensive line for Penn State going to be able to hold up?
Well, they're going to need to give Drew Aller time. He can move well, but he's not a scrambler. But they have 5 starters essentially back from last year. Dawkins, the center, Ioane, the left guard, the left tackle, Shelton. And on the right side, Donko was the starting right tackle last year. Then he got hurt against Minnesota, so Oregon didn't see him. And Rucci stepped in, and Rucci became the starting tackle. Well, now Rucci's back, and they took Donko and put him back to his natural position of guard.
Okay.
And the guy to watch out for, I talked about Kenyon Sadiq, but Khalil Dinkins, the tight end, is about as fine a blocking tight end as you're going to find in the country. He's really good. He is a really good blocking tight end. So when he's in there, he is somebody that I think helps that offensive line and gives them that 6th offensive lineman that you need on certain plays.
The great Steve Jones, voice of the Nittany Lions, joining us on the Danny and Justin radio program. We're live at Laurelwood Golf Course and Pub. Come out and join us for a pint. It's a beautiful day, mid-70s. It is gorgeous out here in Eugene. What's the weather going to be like, Steve? I haven't looked at the forecast there in Pennsylvania.
Well, right now it's 73 and sunny here.
Okay.
So it's really nice right now. And tomorrow, I think the high is going to be 72, and they're talking about overcast all day. Somebody mentioned a passing shower or something.
Because you've had some rain this week, right? There's been some rain.
Yeah, finally. We've been in a drought. We hadn't had anything in the month of August. I think something in the month of August we had some rain on Labor Day weekend, and then it hadn't rained until this week. And look, the whole area needed it, so it was no big deal. In other words, they weren't playing the game, so who cared? Let it rain.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 3, Penn State. Number 6, Oregon is one of the premier matchups, if not the premier matchup on college football this weekend. And we're here with the great Steve Jones joining us on the Danny and Justin radio program. So, Steve, as you run out your keys to the game, and I know, you've scouted this, you've talked to coaches, you've talked to other guys that have been on your program this week. What do you think give me 2 keys that both Oregon and Penn State fans need to be watching for that could turn the tide for either team this weekend?
I think the start's important. You go back to the championship game last year, and Oregon got off to a great start, and they built a lead, and they forced Penn State to play catch-up all night. I think whichever team can get out to the fast start and force the other guy to play catch-up, I think that will be an important factor in this game. And then, and we know turnovers are going to be important. Oregon is taking great care of the football to this point. And not only that, they've taken great care of Dante Moore. There's only been one sack by Oregon all season long in terms of, surrendering one. So I think the pressure part, which team can get pressure on the other guy and maybe make him make a throw before he really feels comfortable and feels like he's gone through his progression. I think that's going to be an important key to the game, too.
Is there a sense from that side that this is a legacy game for Drew Aller and James Franklin?
Well, the media, of course, has portrayed it. I mean, look, nobody's ever satisfied anymore. They always move the bar, right? He's only won. Aaron Rodgers has only won one Super Bowl. Over here in the back. Okay, do you know how hard it is to win one?
Yeah. Ask Dan Marino. Ask Dan Marino.
I mean, if you win two, it's great for your legacy. Oh, just stop being immature. Okay? It's hard to do things. So every time you turn around, James has got to make the playoff. Well, he made the playoff. Well, he's got to win a playoff game. He won two.
Yeah.
But it was SMU Boise State, and they aren't good enough for some people. So, and so every time you turn around, the bar gets moved. Dan's had to experience the same thing at Oregon. Come on, you got to be Washington.
Absolutely.
Come on, Dan. You got to do that. Hey, Dan, you won the Big Ten championship game, but you didn't beat Ohio State when it really mattered. I'm sure he's heard that. I mean, after a while, it gets ridiculous on stuff like that. Everything's about this Oregon team, this Penn State team, this particular year, and how it can set you up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
All that other stuff, social media, articles, talk shows, right? Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to do in this day and age, but you have to ignore that stuff, except for this show, which is obviously quality.
Well, we appreciate that.
Well, and yours as well there that you can hear on WKOK. It's the great Steve Jones joining us, the voice of Penn State football for over 42 years. Steve, I want to finish up with this, and I'm glad you touched on it because Dan Lanning has other pressures as well. Every time, and unfortunately, there was another coach that was axed this week, Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. Every time there's an opening, there is Dan Lanning's name apparently being attached to it, or, this rumor this rumor that. But what's interesting is that this Oklahoma State firing kind of brought up Jim Knowles' name. So, I mean, I don't want to say, because coaches and players, they just push this stuff off to say it's not a distraction. But there's been some talk and some buzz because there's some affiliation with that program with Jim Knowles. So is it do you feel it is a distraction at all for Jim Knowles going into this game?
Never came up all week.
Good.
He had a media availability earlier in the week. It never came up.
But it's fair to ask, though, isn't it? Because of the affiliation that he has with the program.
It's very fair because he was at Oklahoma State for a long time with Mike. I mean, so it's very fair, and he has a lot of people that he knows out there. But he also grew up in Pennsylvania and has a lot of people here. So everybody has to make their own decision in life as to what they think is the job in life. And then after that, and I respect whatever decision they make. I mean, Manny Diaz is now the head coach at Duke. Ricky Ronnie's now the head coach at Old Dominion. Brent Pry was the head coach at Virginia Tech till he was recently fired. Joe Moorhead moved on from here after being a coordinator. So look, it's the nature of the beast. Where you're trying to spitball out there. Okay, give me a name, right? And it's like okay, so you come up with some names, and some of them make sense and some don't. But I'm sure and it would be up to Jim as to what he wants to do because he's been a great fit here so far. I know that.
All right, Steve. So you've been on the program a few times now. Now, normally we give you a nickname, but I'm gonna toss it to you. Do you have a nickname? Has Johnny Holiday given you a nickname?
Johnny has not, as a matter of fact. Johnny has not given me a nickname.
Did you have a nickname growing up?
Yeah, idiot. No. Hey, idiot, over here. No, I never did. Everybody just called me Steve, and that's pretty much it. I mean, unless my mother got mad. Stephen Anthony.
Why is it always the middle name that comes into that? Because mine was the same way, Daniel Jerome. I mean, I don't know why that is.
I mean, golly. So, yeah.
Okay.
No, I never did.
All right, so I'm just going to tell you, next time on the program, because we're going to have you back. I mean, I know we're going to have you back. Hopefully these two teams meet again in the Big Ten Championship game, so if that's the case, obviously we're going to have you back on the program again. But if not, it's going to be in basketball season. I'm just going to tell you, it's a tradition on our program, so we're going to give you a nickname next time you come on. That's all there is to it.
That sounds great. I mean, at least, make it sound macho.
Oh no, we have not we have not had disappointment in any
we've
of our
been batting
nicknames.
1,000, of course.
Yeah. And
there you go. All right. Okay.
20
work with it then.
25 nicknames we've given out already. So we're doing
really
pretty well. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
What's Johnny Holiday's?
Johnny's the legend. We call him legend.
Well, let's be honest. That is a fact.
It is a fact. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. That's actually a fact. Yes.
All right, buddy.
Funniest guy on the planet. Funniest guy on the planet.
He is absolutely a hoot. All right. Number 3, Penn State. Number 6, Oregon. Under the lights, Beaver Stadium. It's on NBC out here. You can listen to Steve Jones on the Nittany Lions Network. Steve, we always appreciate your time. You're so gracious, and it's late for you. So thanks for coming on with us and lending your insight, bud. We appreciate you.
My absolute pleasure, and congratulations on 20 years. That's fabulous. I was you guys went to Kauai, I guess.
Yes, I'm
right?
Yeah, I'm sporting my Kauai stuff. You can go back and watch yourself on YouTube. Your face is on YouTube as well. We got your little thing up there. So
that's great. I'll bet that's drawing him in.
Have a great call, buddy. We love you. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. But congrats, by the way.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I appreciate it. That's very nice. The great Steve Jones, the voice of the Nittany Lions, Penn State football. All right, let's take a break. We're going to get behind time here. We got to get big bets in. You're going to have your calls, your picks, our picks. Don't listen to us. We're just knuckleheads. You're going to have Goose in here. He's going to give his picks. We all were under 500 last week. We're going to try and right the ship. Justin picked the games this week. So when we come back, big bets as we close out a Friday program live from Laurelwood on Fox Sports Eugene and Newport.
Some of you are wondering, how did these guys get a show? Some of you may
Come
ask
on
if
down,
Bill Knight
Steve.
was involved. Others may ask if the Reeser family was involved.
I'm opening
the answer, Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Justin. We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
I'm Scoot Henderson, and this is your home for Trailblazers basketball. 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Dan Patrick, and you can catch me weekday mornings.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
Hi, this is Justin Herbert. Catch every Chargers game on 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
What are you looking for in a realtor? Whether you're buying or selling, you want someone smart, someone who knows the local market and a track record of making their clients very happy. Hi, I'm Susan Heisey, broker owner of Bailey & Heisey Real Estate, an independent brokerage in South Eugene. I've been helping clients make smart real estate decisions for over 20 years. I work with only a handful of clients at a time, giving them a high level of attention and guidance. Call or text when you're ready to discuss your goals.
Fox Sports Newport.
I'm Danny. And I'm Justin. We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
Hi, I'm Jerry Allen. Listen to the Ducks on 92.7 FM Fox Sports Newport.
Man, this Medicare stuff is confusing.
That's why I've got the playbook. Let me answer all your questions and get the coverage that's right for you.
Don't make Medicare choices on your own.
Go to turning65withscott.com today.
There's no max out of pocket with original Medicare?
I'm Scott Sims. I've spent years learning the ins and outs of Medicare insurance.
Get the coverage that's right for you.
Don't make Medicare choices on your own.
Go to turning65withscott.com today.
Fox Sports UG.
I'm Danny. And I'm Justin. We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
I'm School Henderson, and this is your home for Trailblazers basketball. 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
You can prevent wildfire.
All right, here we go. We're going to go right into big bets.
The USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Turn it up. Let's go.
1050 AM, 102.9 FM, and FoxSportsEugene.com. Other stations can say they cover the Ducks and Beavers, but we bring the receipts. You're listening to Danny and Justin on Fox Sports Eugene. These guys think they know football. The winners, I'm the winner. The losers, you're not that good. Where to buy the best tailgate food? Let's put their knowledge to the test. It's time for Big Bets.
All right, here we go. Friday edition. It's Danny, it's Baby J, it's Goose out here at Laurelwood.
Hey guys, how you doing?
It's great to have you back, Steve.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
What do you mean?
I haven't seen Danny in a while, but Justin and I have become best friends.
Great to have you back. He's been here all week. Well, you missed one day.
You're
right?
the third wheel now.
Okay, well, fine. That's fine. I can accept that. All right, big bets. Let's dive into it. I'm amazed, Baby J, when you pick these games that I saw LSU on the schedule.
Well, you know who I'm going to pick.
I know who you're going to pick. All right, so here's how we play the game. We pick 5 games. It's not Oregon State. The point spreads need to be under 7. You're not picking the point spread. You're just picking straight up and down. We invite the callers. You can go on Twitter if you want and give us your picks. If you beat one of us, you beat our best score, in other words,
right,
then you win a prize. Okay, so tiebreaker.
It's easy for you.
It was tiebreaker last week was points. It's going to be points again this week. We went the best of us was 2 and 3. That was you and me, Baby J. Mims came back to the field a little bit. You went 1 and 4.
Yep.
And you know what? I just want to say in defense, because I did not get to defend myself, and I heard this from a couple of people. I picked good games. I picked games that were going to make you think a little bit. I made you think a little bit.
First time I'd seen Miami, Ohio football since Roethlisberger left.
All right, here we go. All right, first game, LSU, Ole Miss. I'm going to take LSU.
Yeah, I don't think LSU is very good. I'm going to take Ole Miss.
Goose?
I think this Ole Miss. I think this LSU team is for real. Give me LSU.
Oh, LSU. Oh,
wow.
So we're on LSU Island right now. TCU, Arizona State. Baby J, you go first.
I'm going to go with Arizona State. Dilly.
Oh, now you.
Listen,
I was
I'm
the
on
only one, by the
now.
way, that picked Arizona State against Baylor. Just so you know. All right, Goose, what do you got?
I still think ASU is living off the hype of last year. Give me TCU.
You know, where's this game? Is this in the desert? Is that ASU? Then I'm going dilly again, back to back. And this is a big
tonight. Tonight.
Is it tonight?
Yeah.
All right, so it's a Big 12 matchup again, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. USC Illinois. This game
tough.
Goose, you get to start on this one. USC Illinois.
I think Illinois was proven last week what I've been saying all year, that they're a fraud. I think USC is better than people around here want them to be. Give me USC.
Okay, I am going to stay with you. I hate going with USC, by the way. I'm just telling you right now, I hate going with USC. But I just don't think Brent Bielema's got this team going the right direction in Champaign. So I'm going USC.
Yeah, I really want to take Illinois.
No.
But I can't.
I
have to take USC.
All right, Notre Dame, Arkansas. Intriguing game here, because this might be the tipping point of the season for Marcus Freeman. I am going, Pixie. I'm going Arkansas.
I'm with you. I think if Notre Dame gets 3 losses and doesn't have a conference title that they can win automatically get in, I think they're eliminated. I'm going to say before October 1st, we have Notre Dame out of the picture. Give me Arkansas.
Ooh, all right.
I think they might be eliminated already with 2 losses, but that's just my opinion. But I will take Notre Dame. because I need to pick up a game on you guys.
That's the only reason. All right, last game, and we can have a little bit of discussion on this. And by the way, guys, really nice getting through the picks without a whole bunch. I talk more than everybody else because I haven't been on the microphone all week long. I kind of miss you guys. Alabama, Georgia. This is, I'll just tell you, I am still conflicted on this. I was on Josh Pate's show. I wasn't on his show, but I was contributing to his show. And I think this comes down to me, it's not just the talent on the field. It's about the scheme, and it's about the coaching staff, and it's about that. I think Kirby Smart's a much better coach than Kalen DeBoer. I think in a big game like this, I'm going to go with the coaching, and I'm going to go with how they prepare, and I'm going to go dogs all the way on this one. I honestly, I don't think it's going to be that close. I'm going Georgia.
Well, I'm going to go. I think Gunnar Stockton's not a very good quarterback. I think Ty Simpson is coming on. Alabama was my preseason pick to win it all. It looked really bad after 1 week. I think this continues their build back to become the national champ that I predict. Give me the what did Mike Price once say? Roll Tide, let's roll Tide.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you right now, which is a great Mike Price reference. How long was he at Alabama? Like 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, no.
Okay, I mean, I think this might be your LSU.
Long enough for a lap dance, I think.
Well, this one's interesting, right? Because Alabama's sort of had the number of Georgia at times, but this one is in Athens, and Kirby Smart, I agree. I think he's a better coach than Kalen DeBoer, although I do think Kalen DeBoer is a really good coach. I think he's actually getting a little bit underrated. I will take the dogs here. I just think they're the better team this year. I don't really know what Alabama's proven to yet, to be honest with you.
All right, I'm going 56 total points.
Ooh, and this one here?
Yeah.
I'll go 42.
Okay. Ooh, low-scoring game.
I'm going to go 75.
Look at that. I win
so
the Price is Right.
I did Prices Right on you last week, but I had that on tape. Oh, actually, didn't have it on tape.
No,
I
you did
texted
not.
it to you before you said yours. All right, so the phones are open up for you right now. We got time for a couple of you at 541-343-5673. I believe we have Coach.
I screwed up and
Okay.
I lost Coach.
All right, so if Coach, if you want to call back in, or Brad, you want to call back in, or Jeremy, if you want to call back in.
Or somebody new.
Or somebody new. Yeah, just come on, call in.
What's
or
the
you
number?
Or you can go on Twitter, 541-343-5673. The Oregon Man Clinics hotline at 541-343-5673. You've got just a couple of minutes to get in as we try and elicit some of the fan.
This is easy prize money for you guys. I mean, it's been bad for us.
I don't know. We got enough different picks this that almost by chance one of us is going to have a winning record at least.
So wait a second. So, I mean, do we know what the season totals are?
Yeah,
I mean,
10-10 for you and Steve.
We're
and
tied.
yours. And I'm 8-12.
Yeah.
8-12.
And and then I think Brad's 11-4.
Yeah.
Pretty good off the top of my head, right?
And Brad went 2-3 last week, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
11-4.
and he's 11-4.
Wow. 541.
We were saying he should be hosting the show.
All right, so 541-343-5673. We just have a couple of minutes left on the program. Coach Mark said he's got cut off, and now it's busy. I think we're trying to get.
Justin picked such difficult games. He's going to dare to call in and try to come through.
No, these are some good ones, right? Right, Steve?
They're great. I love it. I'd heard of all 10 schools. This is a big improvement over last week.
So LSU for myself and Goose. Justin's got Ole Miss. ASU for Justin and I. Goose has got TCU. We all have USC. Arkansas for Goose and I. Justin's got Notre Dame. And Justin and I have.
Coach.
All right, we got Coach back online. All right, Coach, here we go. Ready? Are you ready, Coach?
Try it again.
All right. Hey, Coach, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
let's
What's
go.
the game?
LSU, Ole Miss.
Give me Ole Miss. If Lane says take the over, I'm believing in him.
All right, ASU, TCU.
I'm in the desert. I got to take the desert.
Yeah,
Give me
you're
ASU.
down. USC and USC. Illinois.
If Lincoln Riley is going to cry and already make excuses about the time, and he was the one that broke up the Pac-12, give me Illinois all day.
Oh, you're the only one out. You're on Illinois Island right now. Arkansas, Notre Dame.
Oh, gosh. You got to do
20 seconds.
that one to me. Give me Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. All right. And Georgia, Alabama. Georgia over on the total points.
I'm going to go 49.
All right. There we go. All right.
15 seconds.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So don't have time for what kind of shoes do frogs wear, by the way?
I don't know.
open-toed sandals.
There you go.
There we go. All right, kids. All right, kids. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Don't change
Thanks,
that
Steve.
dial. This is John Canzano, and I'm coming up next with the Bald-Faced Truth. The BFT is the state of Oregon's #1 sports talk show. We deliver big guests and strong opinions. Can you handle the truth? If so, join me for the Bald-Faced Truth coming up next on Fox Sports Eugene.